Wellness in my 30s looks completely different than it did in my 20s. Not only have time changed, my body has changed and I have changed as a person. So today we are going to be talking about my wellness non-negotiables now that I'm in my 30s. Hey there, loved ones. Welcome to another episode of Self-Care Sundays with Starr. I am your girl, Sonia Starr J. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. So by definition, I've always been a wellness girly. In high school, I was a cheer captain. I was on the dance team. I did arts and crafts. I did all of the things. I performed around the city. I was very intentional about my health and wellness up until college. I was also on the dance team. Once I graduated, I was really into my health and fitness. I made sure that I was eating correctly, always on top of things like my weight and my lifestyle. I even became a personal trainer at one point. But it just seemed like as soon as I hit 30, things changed. Things changed a lot when I hit 30 with my hormones and just life in general. My diet changed a lot. I used to love eating at McDonald's and eating pizza, and now I couldn't dream of doing those things. Now, one of the top things that I will say is different in my 30s than it was in my 20s, and we're just going to get into it. It might be TMI. Y'all might not want to hear it, but it's real talk. Going to the bathroom, y'all. Pooping regularly. When I was in college, my friend used to make fun of me for popping laxatives because I couldn't go to the bathroom. I didn't know what that was about, but at that age, in my early 20s, I'm just like, well, I can't go to the bathroom. My stomach hurt. I gotta go. I'm gonna use this laxative. But now that I'm older and I have more of an understanding of my digestive system and how I can get things regulated by taking things out of my diet, one, paying attention to my hormonal health, my hydration, because I've always been a very active person, so that wasn't the issue, but it was the things that I was eating. So now I'm making sure that I'm going to the bathroom at least once a day. It should be multiple times a day, but at least once a day to get things moving. I'm being mindful of my lymphatic system, my digestive system, and if things aren't moving properly, I'm looking at my diet. I'm making sure that I'm being properly hydrated, that I'm not eating things that are tearing up my GI tract. I'm just being a lot more mindful of my health now that I'm in my 30s. I also think that it might just be the quality of the food that we're eating too, because I'm like, how is it that I was able to eat all of these things before and now I'm not able to? I got all these crazy allergies. I don't know what that's about, but things change and that's okay. We work with it. So going to the bathroom regularly and being mindful of what I'm eating. I always was a heavy carb, heavy protein girl, but now in my 30s, I realize how important fiber and iron actually are to our diets. So I'm prioritizing those things, making sure that I'm eating things that are high in iron, like hemp seeds and dates and pumpkin seeds. I'm more aware of the different nutrients and minerals that impact certain things like my sleep. I've had a horrible sleep schedule my entire life. I always was a night owl, even in college, but now I'm like, okay, girl, you can't sleep. You need to go and get you some magnesium. But I'm prioritizing my sleep because I recognize that that's important for my brain health and my hormonal health. I'm allowing myself time to like go out after work at night, but also making sure that I'm in that bed and sleeping. We lived a totally different life in our 20s. It was a fun life. It was a fun one. And one thing I will say is that we had, it feels like, more time to be creative and express joy in our lives. I feel like as you get older and you get higher in your career, things become more serious. Like they become real strict around here, you know? And so I realized that once I started getting into manager roles, I stopped allowing myself to have fun. Whereas before, I'm 24 years old and I'm working with teenagers and kids and I'm still a kid myself. So I'm dancing, I'm coloring, I'm doing all the things. But now it just seemed like life got a little bit too rigid. So I am prioritizing time to be creative and to express joy and experience joy. And I'm more mindful of these things too, because I realize for me how important it is for my mental health. I love to color, but over time, as I try to get higher in my career, I lost those things. Now, another thing that has been really important in my 30s has been my quiet time, my meditation, and my mindfulness. And why that has become so important for me is just the increase in social media, especially being a content creator. There's a lot of voices. Like, there's a lot of noise in the world, especially if you're on like Threads or TikTok. There's just a lot of constant stimulation. And so I've had to really create boundaries with social media. I've been on social media since I was a teenager, and it never seemed to impact me in the same way that it does now, because we have so many different platforms and it does affect our mental health. And so now I'm being more mindful of that and creating boundaries around social media and prioritizing those moments of silence and meditation so that I'm not constantly bombarded with everybody else's stuff and everybody else's thoughts, because that will actually slow down your process when you're so caught up with what everybody else thinks and feels. And that really bothered me for quite a bit of time, because I was always concerned about, well, what is this person going to think about this? Or what are they going to think about that? Or what are my audience going to say? And it really played a big part in my people pleasing too. But now that I'm getting closer to my mid 30s, I'm learning what healthier boundaries look like for me. I absolutely love being on social media. I love the community that I've created and the people that I get to connect with because I am on social media, but just creating healthy boundaries around the platforms has been really, really important. Like, I don't think that I could be a content creator who sits on live for long periods of time. I feel like that would really affect my mental health. I have to be one of those people that does what it is that I come here to do and then gets off, and not consume myself with so much doom scrolling. There are aspects of my work now that require me to do research and to connect with people, but just limiting how much I'm actually on the platform, because I didn't realize before how much it really impacts our overall health, and also how chronic social media use can actually increase and create chronic internal stress in the body, which impacts your brain health, which impacts your gut health, your mental health, and your hormonal health. So once I learned that, I'm like, oh, well, yeah, we gotta log off. And so that ties into my next point. Now that I'm in my 30s, one of the biggest things that I have been doing that is a non-negotiable is protecting my peace. Like, you are not gonna stress me out. I don't care who it is, especially as I developed stress-related health issues. I had to start cutting people off, and it hurt. But I had to create those boundaries with people so that I could be okay. And a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't even have the room to do that, or they don't allow themselves the room to do that. And it was challenging for me because if you're not new here and you are a part of this community, you know I'm the oldest daughter. I'm the oldest child of 5 children and 4 younger brothers, and my mother is not here. And so I took on a lot of that responsibility, and there are a lot of things that young men need to navigate, and I have to be there for them. But I had to learn to kind of take a step back, because I'm not the mother, I'm the sister, and I'm also navigating through life as well. And then also the role that I play in my family, because I am the oldest, there's just a heavy role of responsibility on me that I had to be like, actually, this is kind of heavy. I'm not carrying that by myself. Like, I'm not carrying it at all. Actually, I'm going to give you back your stuff. That really doesn't concern me. That's not my business. Sorry you're going through that. Hope it works out. Instead of trying to be everybody's savior, because we can't be. Like, we literally can't take care of everybody, and we can't save everyone. We can save ourselves. And another part of that too, with protecting your peace, is not always being caught up in the drama. There's just so much drama going on in the world. There's so much drama going on in people's relationships, friendships, all the things. And at first it was like, oh yeah, I like the tea, the kiki, all of that stuff. I like to be in the mix. But actually I don't. I don't care. And I'm sorry that that's happening. But, you know, how they figure it out, I'll pray for them. But that's kind of where I'm at now. Like, before, I was in a like helper therapist kind of role, like, oh, tell me what it is and I'll help you find the solution. I'll help you figure it out. We're gonna figure this out together. And now it's like, actually, I don't have the capacity to help 30 different people. I just don't. Like, I gotta get me right. For the first time in my life, I am prioritizing me and I'm putting me first. And people aren't gonna like that. Once you start establishing boundaries for yourself, they ain't gonna like that. But it just has to be what it is. And I love this era that I'm in. I hate that it has come with the loss of a lot of people that I genuinely love. But it's like, yeah, now I know when I have children, especially when I have a daughter, to teach her how to establish these boundaries earlier instead of teaching her how to carry everybody's stuff. Because when we learn that our existence only matters and is only valuable based off of how much other people's stuff we can carry, it strongly affects how we operate in the world and our own life's experience. And it's not fun. And I want more fun in my life. I want more joy in my life. And I started to feel like I wasn't experiencing joy because I was always sad about what somebody else had going on. That wasn't even my life. So yeah, no. We are learning to give people their things back and doing what we can to help the people that we love, but not doing too much. And then lastly, one of my favorite things that I've been doing in my 30s is really prioritizing my self-care. Like, I went to massage therapy school when I was 29 years old, and I didn't like people touching me. I never had a massage before. I wasn't feeling it. I didn't like it. But now, oh, I'm going to get the facial. I'm going to get the massage. I'm going to do all the things. I love it. I love prioritizing my self-care and taking care of my body. And y'all know, I love somatic movement. I love dancing. I just love being free and taking care of myself. It just feels so beautiful, and allowing myself to just be sexy in ways that I was always afraid to be in my younger years. Reconnecting with my femininity is something that is a non-negotiable. I'm gonna move. I'm going to pour into me. I'm gonna wear the silk and the satin because it makes me feel beautiful. I love being beautiful. I love feeling beautiful, and I am grateful to be in a space where I'm not afraid to admit that. Because growing up, for me, it was just prioritize your education. That's the only thing that matters. You ain't cute. Who you think you is? And it's like, I really just always wanted to be a pretty girl. And now that I'm older, I can really pour into that younger girl who really just wanted to get her hair, her nails, and her makeup done and not have any shame around that. I know that for people who are younger, a lot of these things come easily now because the generations have changed. But I do know that there are a lot of women who are my age who are still navigating these things for themselves. There are women who are older than me who are still trying to figure out how to do their makeup, how to do their hair, how to find their personal style, and to really love on themselves and to look in the mirror and say, I'm beautiful, I'm sexy, I love looking at myself, I love being in my body. That's where I'm at now. Just like loving on me, giving myself the freedom to express my femininity and sexuality is just, it's so tea. So if you're a lady who is around my age or older than me, I want to know how you're incorporating wellness into your day-to-day and what are some of your non-negotiables, because I think I need to add to my list. And you know, another thing too that is a non-negotiable for me is taking care of my feet. I didn't realize I didn't realize it when I was younger because I was a dancer and we did African dance. So I never had shoes on and we didn't really take care of our feet too much. And it caused me to have some knee issues, and I've always loved to wear heels. And so now I'm prioritizing my feet, making sure that they're lotioned, oiled, that I'm stretching, all of the things. But yeah, taking care of my feet, y'all, has been a really big thing for me. So yeah, I want to know what y'all are doing for your wellness practices. What are some of your non-negotiables? Let us know in the comments. And if you are not a part of this community and you're watching this video, sweetheart, sister, auntie, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. I host this show, Self-Care Sundays with Starr, every Sunday at 8 a.m. unless something comes up, but we will be here every week, Sundays at 8 a.m. I also post social commentary videos around women's wellness on Tuesdays, and then I do behind the scenes of my own wellness practice. So I do vlogs on Thursdays and Fridays. So thank y'all so much for chatting with me and tuning in, and I will catch you all in the next video next week, same time. I'll see you there.
Been a minute since we kicked it, you've been